Hi, thanks for checking our channel. Here's going to be a repair video. Hopefully, we'll see what happens on this Gallagher S40 solar unit. We don't see these come in for repair hardly ever. It's going to be pretty reliable for the most part. I don't know the story behind it at all. I think the guy, if I sort of remember the conversation a little bit, he didn't know what was wrong with it. He said it had been sitting around a while, not working, and so when he went to go use it, he couldn't remember and turn it on, it wouldn't work. So he had a couple of other units here for us to work on. We got most of those figured out, but this we haven't taken a look at yet. So I figured, well, this might make a good video because we don't see them all that often, and we can, go through it, test it out, see what we can figure out with it. There's information. So there are links in the description below. You can click on, take you right to our sites. Let's see. The first thing I noticed when I turned it over here to the battery test, it shows red, so battery's low for one. So before it won't turn on, probably most likely. But let's just pull it open. Back here, we'll take this screws loose. Come on. How old is this unit? Well, technically, it's under warranty still. It's a 2021 model. These have a 3-year warranty on, so this won't go out of warranty until next year. See those first two digits, 21. So this is under warranty still. So, and the battery, I think it's original because Gallagher from the factory put a sticker on the battery, which I think matches the serial number of the unit, so they can keep tabs on the battery as well. So this is got the battery sticker on there as well, so it's 2021. So I would think with this thing being as new as it is and the battery reading low, might just need a new battery. But these batteries were Taylor batteries, where how they got those from. I think we're a OK brand. I don't see them come in all that often. Let's put our tester on there first. So this is a big 6-volt battery. It's a 6-volt 12 amp hour battery, which I believe I've got those in stock. I at least got 1 or 2 in stock. So not very many brands use a big 6-volt. So usually they're small 6 volts or they go into 12s. Well, we're just a little bit under 6. We're at 5.5 volts, so it definitely won't run. It gets close to 6 or less, it won't run. Well, I'm going to put my power supply at about 7 volts, a little less, and we're going to hook across this battery. And I'm going to do a load test basically on it and see if it loads down my power supply. So we're just going to go positive, negative, positive. Right now, 0 amp draw. And we're drawing about 1.5 amps, a little less. And it slowly is dropping. We're down to 1.2 already. It's going to stabilize somewhere. All right, we're at it's slowing down. We're just about at 1 amp draw, a little less. So now it's like hanging out there. So I think the battery itself is good. It just needs to charge. So I'm going to put that battery off to the side. Let me find another 6-volt battery here. Let's see. 6-volt, 12 amp. Okay, that's 8 up there. So this is just a test battery that we use. But let's test it first, see what it reads. Oh, this battery's no good. Maybe we've used it on something else that was bad. This is 4.7 volts, but I noticed that this terminal was all 8 up. Let me see if I can get another battery. Here's another battery sitting on my shelf, and it's not one I bought. I think it came out of some unit. So this battery may be low. And it's 5.7. It's probably good. It seems to be charged up. Well, we know that battery over here is probably going to take a charge, so I'm going to unplug it, my power supply from it, and we're going to hook it across here. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead, since that battery is low, these Gallagher units are software-driven units that have microcontrollers and different things in them, fancy stuff. We're going to try to do a reset on it first before we turn it back on. We're going to turn it, make sure it's turned off, lay it face down. We're going to hold our battery wires together. The reason why you lay it face down is to make block the solar panel basically, so that way there's no residual power going to the board or from the solar panel. And you're holding these wires together, you're basically discharging any residual power that might be in the board. So you want to hold these together for just a little bit. I think Gallagher says a minute, but I think 30 seconds, give or take, would be good enough. You don't have to do it real long, just a little bit. And so what we'll try next in a second is we'll tilt it back up, hook our power supply back onto the terminals. We'll turn it over to battery check just to make sure it is functioning. Like say, oh yeah, you've got good voltage now. I got my power supply set at 6.8 volts DC. Okay, this is probably good enough. Alright, we're going to put it right here. Power supply leads. Positive to positive. Negative to negative. Shouldn't touch anything. Let's turn it to here. Oh yeah. Nice green light. Turn it off normal. Let's flip it over to here. It's clicking along, so that's nice. Let's turn it off for a second. Let's lay it down. Take the knobs off here. Turn it back on. Let's get our tester out. See how many kilovolts we're getting out of the thing with no load. Getting about 8,000 volts out of it. Yeah, I don't know what the 500 ohm load should be. Probably 3-ish. Because I know like an S17, an older one, with a 500 ohm load is about 2. So I'd make this be a little stronger, maybe 3, 3.5. Oops. 5.5. I'd say 2.2. Okay, I wasn't for sure. I don't have a spec sheet on this one. Well, let's see what kind of joules we get out of this thing while we're at it. Now, this is output joules, not stored. So it's a 0.4 stored joule unit. This is our joule number here. And we're at 0.19 joule, decimal point in the bottom corner. So it will not go over 0.4. It shouldn't anyways. Because that's stored joules based on the capacitors and everything on the inside. So by the time it gets to the output, it's always lost getting there. So a 500 ohm load, got 0.19 joules. Let's move this to 200 ohms, and as we're testing, as we lower the resistance number closer to 0, closer to 1, lower it is. We're going across fence and ground, which is what you need to do. But as we get closer to a lower ohm number, the more of a direct short it is. So more that it drags it down. So we're at 200 ohms. That's 200. We're at 0.11. Okay, we're now at 1,000 volts. So 200 ohms. So between 500 and 200, there's some sweet spot in the middle there where it would be a little higher. But we're at 0.19 joule at 500. We're at 0.11 joule at 200. So probably at 300, 400 ohms, somewhere in that range. It might be like 0.25, somewhere in that range. So it's probably like quarter joule output, plus or minus, would be my guess. Let's see how often this thing pulses. This is on standard stuff. Actually, I want to check one more thing here. We go back to joules. So I've got a voltage range thing there. Let's put this back down on 200. Up a little bit, 0.13. Kind of fine tune the voltage range. It changed a little bit, but not by much. Let's go back to here. Let's see our no load with how speed this thing is. It pulses every 1.3 seconds. That's that pulse speed, how often it clicks. And pretty short duration of shock on the fence line. Actual shock on the fence is on there for about 0.1 I guess it's 0.1 of a second, or maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's 0.08 of a second, 0.1 of a second, but or that's milliseconds, so maybe that's 0.02 milliseconds. So that's really, really fast, because that's like 8 tenths, hundredths. That's like, yeah, it's really fast. 0.08 milliseconds. That's really, really, really quick shock on the line. So it gives you plenty of time to get off the line. There's 1.3 second delay between each pull. So this work, we just work fine. We just need to charge the battery up. I guess I could check the solar panel as well. Might be able to check it here in the shop. I might have to take it outside. Turn it off. So we'll put a meter here, or the sensor like this, and with it being a 6-volt unit, the panel probably puts out about 10, 11, 12 volts on the panel itself. It's got to go through a voltage regulator system that's built into the board to bring that voltage down to a lower level so it doesn't cook the battery and overcharge it. So we'll put, so usually most 6-volt systems on a solar panel, the voltage at the leads that are going to your battery, usually right around most times on a good system, usually about 7 volts. Oops. But I might need to take it outside. See, we're only getting 0.5 volts, so maybe the panel's bad. That would be kind of odd. But I'm going to take this outside and do it. Let me go do that, and I'll come back and tell you what I find. Well, I think the solar panel might be bad, because it went, what was it, half a volt in here, whatever it was. It went to like 1.1 outside. So the panel, either the board has got a problem not allowing the solar panel to get its power through the board to the battery, or the panel itself is bad. So I don't know. We got to test. We can't assume that the panel is bad. We got to test things out. So I don't have a solar panel for this one in stock either. Well, being under warranty, what we could do is, if we find out what the problem is, get the serial number, everything written down, send the bad part back to Gallagher, and let them warranty swap me the part out. Just going to pull the wires out. Just need to flip this over like that. Let's we're going to have to pull the board off in order to get the panel loose. Now the circuit board, there's a capacitors on this thing somewhere, and I'm sure they're holding a charge. As long as we don't touch the edge of the board, should be fine. I'm going to grab the solar panel wire right there, and we're going to test the panel on its own. Let's move this. Actually, let's set it like this. What I'm going to try to do is test across this little plug right here. And if it goes up a lot higher, I mean, our overhead light right above the bench here, I'm 6 foot. I can reach to about 8. It's about 9 foot above me, so it's not super far. But we may have to take it outside too, so we'll see. We'll go across here to here. This solar panel is junk. Not sure what the hell happened. I said we don't get these hardly in for repairs unless something happens to the panel physically, which it looks okay. I don't see nothing broken anywhere. If I go through those little metal points inside there, I test across there. Man, you almost need a third hand just to hold things for you, which I've got a third hand holder thing, but I think it would still be a kind of a pain in the neck because it's such a small little contact thing there. Okay, see, we're only getting we're actually not getting anything. So we got a bad solar panel, which I do not have one. And I don't know, maybe the problem's inside this area here, which it is sealed up. You can't get to it. It's glued and sealed off. Got some specs on there. It's a 5-watt solar panel. There's a part number there, but that's not a Gallagher. It says Gallagher part number, but that's like their internal number, I guess. That's not we call the order one of these if we were. That wouldn't be the number we'd use. There's a different part number, just like a 2A number, or maybe a G number. I don't know. Most solar panels for Gallagher are either 2A something or another, or G something or another, most times. But particularly, I think it's a 2A. It's a 5-watt panel. Monocrystalline solar panel. Model number, whatever that is, which is probably whoever they get the solar panel made by. China Soul. Yep. Open circuit voltage. Yeah. Open circuit voltage is 9.6 volts. So if I take this outside just like this, it should be right around 10 volts, plus or minus. This is normal. Alright, well that's about all I can do for this one. I mean, the board's working fine. I know the panel's junk right now, but we'll send this back to Gallagher, serial number, everything, so they'll just swap us out for a new one. And then I will put this battery on charge, because it is technically still good. And we will get, when that panel gets back, we'll reinstall it, and it should be good to go. And by then, of course, the battery will be fully charged, and ready to go back into the unit to work again. But hopefully, like this kind of stuff. If you want to subscribe to the channel, we'd be happy for that. And until next time, we'll see you guys later on, and have a good rest of your day.